talk about the present condition of public enterprises of Nepal and their development. Okay, so this article I have taken from the site of Ministry of Finance about public state-owned enterprises. So it will be very important, very beneficial to know about the present condition about the public enterprises of Nepal for various examination purpose. Okay, so let's study about background. सन् 1930 को विश्वव्यापी आर्थिक मन्दीपछि अर्थतन्त्रलाई गतिशील बनाउन वस्तु तथा सेवाको उत्पादन र बिक्री वितरणमा राज्यको संलग्नता एवं आवश्यकता महसुस भयो. It means that after the economic depression of 1930s, the role of the government for the production and distribution of good for the revival of economy failed. Okay, so the role of government for the revival of economy needed after the 1930s worldwide economic depression. And why was so? Because the market economy structure could not function and the private sector was not organized and capable. So it was necessary for government to be in the business, as well as the welfare state concept of government was also popular worldwide, and the need and demand for bigger physical infrastructure development created pressure on the government. The situation was created for the necessary role of government for the rebuilding of the country after destruction of Second World War. And this all resulted in the creation of public enterprises. So it is the point where there was emergence of public enterprises in the world. So in summary, we can say that after the World War devastation, the private sector was not organized, it was not capable. So the role of government felt necessary to revive the economy, to involve in the business, to involve in the production and distribution of goods and services, to revive the economy from the devastating devastating World War that resulted into economic depression of 1930s. So आम जनताका लागि सुलभ हुने आवश्यकता So public enterprises are established. Public enterprises were established in government investment and management for the development, to intensify the development activities, as well as for the availability of goods and services at reasonable prices. So the establishment of public enterprises, the reason for the establishment of public enterprises was for the availability of goods and services at reasonable prices and to intensify the development work. Public enterprises were established. Okay. So in the context of Nepal, during the wave of public enterprises establishment worldwide. Public enterprises were being established and in operation for the production of necessary good, distribution, infrastructure development, and to provide public utility related services. Okay. So public enterprises mostly perform the role of necessary good production, distribution, infrastructure development, public utility related service, for which they are being established and operated. So the guiding principle for the establishment as well as operation of public enterprises are professionalism, public related, and autonomous independence. Okay, so that means that they have professionalism in their dealings with other. They are related to public good, as well as they are guided by independence in their own, which are the guiding principles of the public enterprises. So it is expected that the public enterprises are operated in accordance with this guiding principle, but it may not always be true in the context of reality, right? So because of which there is improvement in the financial, work efficiency and work effectiveness. So this is because of the public enterprises. Okay, there is an improvement in financial, work efficiency and work effectiveness, and development of competitive capacity, resulting in the optimal utilization of country's resources. Okay. So in the context of Nepal, public enterprises are being established and in operation to work in the industrial, business, social, service, public utilities and financial sector. So public enterprises are being established since 1990 in Nepal for the independent and self-reliant economy, import substitution, as well as export promotion, development of private sector, development of favorable environment for private sector, as well as the promotion of equitable and just society. So for this various purpose, public enterprises are being established and operated in Nepal since 1990. So first public enterprises was established in 1993, Viratnagar Jute Mill. It was established during first 5-year plan, okay, periodic plan, first 5-year plan 2013 to 2018, which lasted, and during which the establishment of the speed of the establishment of public enterprises has increased. So during that time, in the financial, business and industrial sector, public enterprises like National Trading Limited, the Timber Corporation of Nepal, National Construction Company were established. So in fourth 5 years plan, it was the establishment of public enterprises took its pace, right? And during the fifth year plan from 2042 to 2047, the public enterprises with government full and partial ownership reached to about 62 in number, 62. So सार्वजनिक संस्थान or public enterprises, for to be a public enterprises, there should be more than 50% ownership of government. Okay, it's important concept in the share equity. So under this definition, under this arrangement, now recently in industrial sector there are 10, in business sector there are 4, service 11, social 5, public utility sector 5, financial sector 9. Total 44 public enterprises are in existence, and we can see that the highest number is in the service sector. So even though 44 public enterprises are in existence, some are not in operation. Okay, so only 38 are in operation. So during the fiscal year 2076 and 77, the Obadi Phalam Company Limited, Nepal Purvadar Company, Nepal Purvadar Nirman Company Limited were established. So as per the government policy to invest in the hydropower sector, hydropower and transmission line sector, public development and industrial sector, construction and industrial sector. So we can see that initially when the public enterprises were established, their business and financial position was satisfactory. But after the liberalization, in the competitiveness, in the rise of the competitive environment, the public enterprises could not compete with other enterprises and they became much weaker. Due to the wave of liberalization, then there was a discussion whether the public enterprises should be privatized or not. So because of the development of the concept that the government should not be involved in the operation of public enterprises, privatization started. And the government enterprises or government owned enterprises were liquidated or closed down. Some enterprises were reformed, but also the privatized enterprises could not generate the desired production, employment and investment, and could not result into the expected outcome. Because of which the privatization could not take its required pace. Initially, when the public enterprises were established, their work result were not satisfactory. So there was a wave of liberalization after 1980s where the role of government was not expected to run the enterprise. So as per the liberalization, the government should not be involved in the management of public enterprises and it should be privatized. So because of which um, few enterprises were privatized, like 30 were privatized, but also the result could not be as expected. Like there was not expected increase in the employment, production, investment, and overall work efficiency of those privatized enterprises. So to increase the efficiency, some merger and acquisition were also done, right? So the necessity of public enterprise prices is discussed, and it is important to know that for the delivery of necessary goods and services, for the supply of foods in the remote places, for the stability of price in the market, as well as in the adverse condition, the role of private public enterprises is very important. We can also see know that during the like earthquake and pandemic and other type of natural disaster, the public enterprises like Nepal Telecom as well as Nepal Airlines Company, Nepal Oil Corporation, they tend to lower their prices or provide some of the free facilities due to the adverse situation, which is which we cannot expect from private owned enterprises, because private owned enterprises are business motive while public owned enterprises are mostly welfare motive, so they are mostly run for the welfare of the society. So at the time of adverse situation, the necessity of public enterprises has always grows, and we can see that the role of public enterprises is very important during that time for the delivery of the necessary goods and services and for various reasons as explained above. Okay, so we can see that public enterprises are very necessary, but they could not be as functional as they are required to in the context of our country. So the reforms in those enterprises to increase their efficiency and working caliber is very necessary. Okay, that was about the introduction of public enterprises and the present condition of the public enterprises and how they were, why they were privatized, and you know in Nepal. Okay, if you like the video and if you want more videos like it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions regarding this video, don't forget to post in the comment section below. Thank you.